Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting a bantamweight bout between Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera, two for the undisputed bantamweight champion. So we got reigning champion Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera, grudge match, rematch for the second fight in Sean O'Malley's first title defense. So he's trying to avenge that loss, the lone loss on the record to Marlon Vera. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'm going to go average confidence, Sean O'Malley to beat Marlon Vera. At first it was low, but I took, from what I heard from the little short bits I heard from that Aljo interview, which what's the correlation? Like Aljo got knocked about, I'm like, what's it more matter? Aljo's a legit champion, he won the greatest bantamweight sometime, like number 2 in my opinion, and I think that's the rightful placement. And yeah, he's been hearing stuff, and I think that's a big thing. His word does make sense. Like he does hear it. He's one of the best fighters in the world still, one of the greatest fighters of all time still. And word does circulate around Jim, so I think what he's hearing is probably good, and I think his assessment of this fight is pretty good, and I think that's really what my prediction is, what his prediction is, to be honest. But yeah, I think they said Marlon Vera hasn't had the best training camp. I'm not gonna say all that is the truth, but I think it's some inklings of that. I feel like Sean O'Malley is training his hardest for this one, and even though I feel like he had issues with the kicking and the leg kicks in the Pedro Munoz fight, I feel like he never really showed any damage from him. Pedro Munoz was throwing kicks at it. He was defending him pretty well, checking him pretty well. I would like to see him actually put on a more dominant performance and not just ending a no contest type thing. Is a case of addressing it. Again, if he had actually truly addressed the kick, started defending him like Aldo did against Munoz or Vera against anyone, I would say, oh yeah, maybe high confidence O'Malley. Really, the biggest thing for Vera in this fight is the kicks to the leg. That's really the big thing. Even in that first fight, O'Malley was just getting off on him early. It was the fact that the calf kick took him out. That's what happened. And Vera is typically a guy that's going to shell up, take a lot of damage, or not really take it clean, but he's going to allow you to work on him. And he's going to look for, he's going to shell up, allow you to get offense off on him. And he's going to look for those moments where you're making mistakes, making gaps. And if you don't really make mistakes too much, he's not going to get off typically. Just like the Corey Sandhagen fight, even though Corey Sandhagen had the advantage that he was mixing up wrestling as well, so it's not just in case you're looking for mistakes on the striking, you're also looking at getting wrestled up, so that's even harder to deal with, which I don't feel like O'Malley's going to be due to his degree that Corey Sandhagen did, or really maybe not at all, so that's not, can't really say he's going to do that. But yeah, so he's typically let people get off on him. That's an issue with Marlon Vera, and he kind of finds, even like old Dominic Cruz getting off on him. If the fight continued that way it was going, Dominic Cruz would have won a clear decision, and even Frankie Edgar, the old Frankie Edgar, if that would continue, like he didn't get the finish, the old Edgar would be. So again, it's not no meat is making things up. He clearly lets guys get off on him too much, and he's looking for that big moment or those opportunities. Like in the Font fight, that's when another fight where it went well for him. Like he was letting Font get off on him, but he was able to find those opportunities, those openings, and hurt Font. And he won the fight really off damage, not really points. He won it off damage. So that's typically what he does. And I think on this fight, he's going to be looking to go back to the calf kicks. I know he's going to have other things, but I think on the feet, without the calf kicks, I think Sean O'Malley can defend his striking well. I think that if O'Malley can address the calf kicks, I think O'Malley can go out there and win this. But what I feel like, again, what Sterling said, back what he said is that he feel like this is going to probably be low-key be a boring fight. And I could get behind that. I feel like low-key be a boring fight because O'Malley will respect those kicks. And it's not like Vera's this super aggressive fighter until he has you hurt or he finds that moment. So Vera ain't going to really go out there and try to make it no dog fight. Unless, he has you hurt, or maybe he's so behind, then he's going to get aggressive, but that's going to be too late. Especially against a guy as good as Sean O'Malley. And Sean O'Malley's going to respect the kicks, so Sean O'Malley's not going to be getting off as much as he wants to. He's going to be getting off more than Vera is. Vera going to be shutting up. O'Malley's going to get off at like a couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 punch combinations, then exit back out, and maybe switch stance a couple bits so that he's not just, he's not just keeping the same stance so that Vera can just keep, camping his lead leg. So he's going to keep circling, hand placement, mixing the body, maybe spinning back and maybe front kick, maybe inside leg. Just mix his own kicks in there. So keep Vera guessing. But he's not going to go out there, get over aggressive, then maybe throw a heavy kick and then break his own leg on a check or anything, or leave himself open for, Vera to get off him, especially to the leg. So I feel like O'Malley going to play it very safe for the most part, unless Vera makes a mistake. And Vera is always going to be a guy looking for a mistake. So he'll be shutting up, let you get off your offense. You hit with a combination back up, bounce off the cage a little bit and come back and shell back up and look at you and stuff. Maybe try to touch your hands and hit little kicks off, little front kicks off. But I'm not going to be too fast, too quick, and be able to just pat the kick down and just get away from him, go back to jabbing him, then back to circling. It's gonna be a low-key a chess match, I see. Because O'Malley, again, respect the loss, respect the khaki, respect that he's a fragile built dude, to be honest. And Vera just, even though he's got that dog in him, he's not a guy that's going to go out there and push his face. Like, he'll go out there and have a blood and guts fight, but typically it's his opponent that's going to bring it to him or bring it out of him. But him, typically, he's a very slow starter, guy that's very much in shield, very laid back, too laid back. And O'Malley's going to pile up points, push him down on the scorecards, and Vera's going to have to try to rally back or rely on kicks. And I think O'Malley's going to do a much better job of defending kicks this time and be much more probably train his shins a little bit better and be prepared. Like, I feel, again, that's his biggest issue to deal with Vera. Vera's a stylistic matchup for him overall. But again, I think the true biggest issues is if Vera in the attacking legs of O'Malley. I think O'Malley again will be able to make the adjustments, constantly switch the stance, constantly switch the angle, so they aren't there as much, and take advantage of the free shots and the free opportunities that Vera typically gives. And I think he beats him on a decision victory. Is it a complete boring fight? Well, Vera just completely gets shut out? Obviously not. It's going to be a good competitive fight, but probably a lower output fight than a lot of people are expecting and hoping for. But I think Sean O'Malley gets his hand raised in a decision victory. Also, it's hard to stop Vera typically anyway, so I don't really see Sean O'Malley stop him, and I don't feel like Vera can go out there and start reaching for shots, eyes fully open and standing to get really kill anything. So ain't gonna show up block most of the stuff. But yeah, so really don't see him finish. And I feel like if Vera wins, it's highly likely only gonna be by injury or stoppage. And I just don't see O'Malley really playing too much into that. Just really just outworking him and fighting smart, fighting a little bit limited or lower output to better make the right moves and not make any big mistakes that Vera can capitalize on. So in this one, I got Sean O'Malley via decision.